Welcome to Walking Through the Bible at Advent. It's Christmas Eve! Yeah! Woo! It's so exciting! I hope you have a really good day. I hope you've watched all the Christmas movies that you want to watch. Hope you've watched Elf, very important, very funny movie. Sylvanus, I hope you watch Home Alone. I think that's very, very important. I know that's your favourite film. But it's Christmas Eve! It's so exciting! So exciting! So we are today, we have a star on our kind of bauble for our tree, and we're looking at Matthew chapter 2 verses 1 to 12, and it's a story of the three wise men. I'm going to pop this up here, but I'm going to actually read the story of the three wise men, and we're at Matthew chapter 2. Here we go. So Jesus was born in Bethlehem in Judea during the reign of King Herod. About that time, some wise men from the eastern lands arrived in Jerusalem asking, "Where is the newborn King of the Jews? We saw his star as it rose, and we have come to worship him." King Herod was deeply disturbed when he heard this, as was everyone in Jerusalem. He called a meeting of the leading priests and teachers of religious laws and asked, "Where is the Messiah supposed to be born?" "In Bethlehem in Judea," they said, "for this is what the prophet wrote. And you, O Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are not least among the ruling cities of Judah, for a ruler will come from you, who will be the shepherd for my people Israel." Then Herod called in a private meeting with the wise men, and he learnt from them the time when the star first appeared. And then he told them, "Go to Bethlehem and search carefully for the child, and when you find him, come back and tell me, so that I can go and worship him too." After this interview, the wise men went their way, and the star they had seen in the east guided them to Bethlehem. It went ahead of them and was stopped over the place where their child was. When they saw the star, they were filled with joy, and they entered the house and saw the child with his mother, Mary, and they bowed down and worshipped him. Then they opened their treasure chests and gave him gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. When it was time to leave, they returned to their own country by another route, for God had warned them in a dream not to return to Herod. Oh, what an amazing Christmassy story. Well, it's a story of the wise men, and the wise men, you've got to remember the kind of like land of Israel in Roman times, like a buffer state between two great empires, and the empires were the kind of like the Persian Empire in some sense, and they were called the Sassanids, and then there was the Roman Empire, and it was a borderland. And we think the guys who were the wise men are probably people had heard of the coming Messiah through the prophet Daniel. If you don't know Daniel of Lion's Den's fame, he was kind of head of the people who watched the stars in Babylon at the time. And we suspect that these wise men had kind of learnt of this through the kind of prophecies of Daniel. But they come and follow a star, and you know, the God that we serve controls the heavens, he controls the stars, and the stars come and follow the Messiah and worship his kind of where he was born, and you know, these wise men, a lot going on in that passage, you know, but they go see Herod. Everybody freaks out in Jerusalem because they're coming a Messiah. But what strikes me is like that they know, the people around Herod and the Jewish people and the Pharisees and the teachers know the prophecies about the coming of the Messiah, and yet they still choose not to go and worship and follow that Messiah, and to see that Messiah as a threat, and you know, and almost worship Herod in some sense rather than Messiah. So I want to ask you this morning: Are you like the wise men? Are you following the things that we've read about in the Bible about the coming of the Messiah throughout Scripture? Are you following him? Are you going to come to the God who worships and controls the stars and creations? Come and worship this Messiah this morning. Or are you like Herod? You might know some of the facts and you sense that things are true, but you choose not to, even though you might know it is the truth. So this Christmas Eve, tomorrow, is we celebrate the coming of the Messiah. But just pray in your heart. You know, which one are you more like? And I hope you go to bed really early for the exciting Christmas sleep. Okay, God bless. Bye bye.